Hello, I'm Dr. Cindy Burnett, Director of Possibilities at Creativity and Education.
I'm Barney Saltzberg, and I need a new title because that is so cool. I'm a children's book author, an illustrator, and a songwriter, but I want to be like the captain of my chair. I don't know what it is. Anyway.
I think it would be great to be the captain of your chair. I think it would also be fun. You know, if you have any ideas of some cool title that Barney should be, we would love to hear it in the comments. I mean, maybe like Beautiful Oops Master or the Master of the Oops. Ooh, Barney, I like that. I don't mean to converge already, but Master of Oops.
That's better than when I was in China, they called me Uncle Oops, which just sounded kind of creepy. So anyway, we're talking about my new book that I'm doing with 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 called What Do You See? A Conversation in Pictures. And we, as Cindy had said when we talked on our earlier video, we're going to have some exercises, some from the book, some we're just making up. But to all get you in the space of playing and creating art in ways that you probably haven't done before. And it's a great thing to do alone. You can also do it with a partner if you want to try it. But we're hoping you'll just kind of play. I think the fact that you're here is a good sign. So what we are going to first do is take an existing piece of art. It could be something you've done, a child's done, a grandparent, your cat, whoever does art in your house. Cindy had a picture that I saw on her wall behind her, and I asked her to grab it. Who did that?
I believe, well, it was one of my children. I believe this was my son, James, that did this.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, so what I was suggesting is to take a piece of art like that and then get a piece of paper, like a Xerox sheet that you've got. Place your piece over the other art. Hopefully, I'm not sure how you can, but I'm hoping you can kind of do a rough outline. You don't have to.
I can definitely do a rough outline.
Yeah, so can you kind of see a little bit through that paper?
Yes, I can.
So what I'm going to have Cindy do is just trace that shape, because that's really all we're looking for, not any details. And it could be rough. Just rough when you're doing a cat. Usually it's rough when you're doing a dog, but that's a whole other. So
rough.
Let me see what you got. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Little cat joke. So what I'd like you to do is with the, was that a pen? I can't tell what you drew with.
I used a Sharpie marker. I love using Sharpie markers because you can actually see them.
Be careful when you use a Sharpie marker if you're tracing over something that you really like, because it might bleed through the paper and then you'll blame me.
That's right.
So what you can do with that shape that you did, it looks like the corners have come out and traced the animal, is to flip it around different angles, look at it from different ways. You can lose the fact that it's a cat at this point, but now you could draw, I'm seeing a guy right there, either within the inside of that, the negative space, like can you show what an example of the negative space with your finger to show people like the outline of that cat? The space between the outline and the edge of the paper would be the negative space.
This space.
So you might see like I'm pointing like so people can tell. At the bottom there's this like swoopy thing that I'm seeing as
this
that
thing
could be a beak of a bird, you know, so that you look at both sides of this, but play with this and see if you can come up with something.
So, I mean, I think the obvious one right here, it looks like some sort of alligator or narwhal where it's got something going on here. This definitely looks like some sort of mouth. I think when I'm looking at it like this, I'm sort of seeing an upside down cat. No, I'm trying to get beyond the cat. I'm
seeing a droopy nose.
A droopy, oh, right here is the droopy nose.
Yes,
like someone's got the sniffles and he's gonna sneeze.
That's a grandpa.
Yeah, but given we're in COVID, I really don't want to think about sneezes.
Oh gosh, yeah, put a mask on it. what you see is that there is a multiple myriad, is that a word? Myriad. There you go. Of not the hotel. That's different. That's a Marriott. Of ideas. You can do whatever you want, but try doing one so people can see. Are you going to draw on this?
I am. I'm definitely going to draw on this. I just I mean, even looking at this and thinking beyond this cat, looking at it from the original way in which it was created to think about something that it was, but I really also like the idea of flipping it around. I think this one is a little bit too easy and I want to challenge myself. Okay. So I'm going to say, oh, you know what else I'm seeing? Hold on.
Cindy's doing, while she's drawing, I'll tell you this, the opposite of what I do, which is she's thinking too much. Or for me, I'm more of like a shoot from the hip kind of guy, just jump. And you don't have to have this planned out before you start. I call this, and if you've watched our creativity videos, thinking with your hands, sometimes you don't even know, but if you start to draw, things will happen. And you might not always love it, but things will happen. So as opposed to spending an hour doing research on the internet as to what else this shape might be, just jump in and play, because there are no wrong answers. Anything she comes up with will be fine. This could be a trained noodle that likes to impersonate cats. Let's see what you ready? We are. Drum solo. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Totally not what I imagined.
No. Wow. Well, I saw some sort of bridge coming up. So then I thought, well, they're in the water and there's a guy on a boat going through.
Oh, I saw that as something completely different. I thought it was somebody in front of a teepee on an island. And those were like some really weird landscape tree kind of. This is why art is open for interpretation.
That's right.
This is wonderful. So what we're hoping you will do is find some art in the house. It could be from a photograph, some art someone's created, something you found online, but if you can kind of draw around it and play. And if you do this, we would love to see your images. You can tag us, post this on our Instagram. Do you want to tell them what that all is?
Sure. Well, your Instagram is Barney Saltzberg. So at Barney Saltzberg, you can tag it at Creativity and Education also then, and you can tag us anywhere. We're everywhere. So, feel free to send us the picture, email us the picture, and we would love to share that with others. So please try it out and let us know what you think of this exercise. And don't forget to pre-order Barney's new book,
What Do You See? A Conversation in Pictures with myself and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's a Creston book, and you can order it anywhere books are sold. Think of your local independent stores first, if you can.
And we'll put some links in the bio as well, so you have easy access to click, 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 and hopefully click within your small bookstores. So thank you so much for joining us. Next week, we will have another Look at It Another Way activity, and we'll see you then.